Dun 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 dun. You can't use music on YouTube, so it's just a big mess. Welcome everyone. It is Geek Out Loud YouTube, and we are. I thought I had just a Back to the Wax pack up here.
Oh.
Just the Back to the Wax pack. There it is. It's Back to the Wax pack. Back to the Wax packs. And today we are doing a courtesy of, and this is where I did not do my due diligence. I should have links and everything rip-roaring ready to go, but I do not. But courtesy of Michael High Nipp, we are rocking 1989 Topps Batman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, that was awful nice of him.
That was. So thank you, Michael Nipp, for finding these. He found a good deal on them and wanted to send them along to us, and we appreciate it. And we're about to bust these bad boys open and get into it. Well, of course, we'll be talking about Batman along the way. Did you get the picture I sent you where I had the movie pulled up next to the
Yeah, I
box
saw
of
that. I was
cards?
like, that'd be cool. But
Yeah.
I couldn't see it.
Well, you remember last year,
Last year.
Lucas, before there was COVID. Last time we did this, we were trying to find that scene from Superman 2.
Oh, that's
And
right,
we were
the
able
water.
to pull the scene up and do that. Which, by the way, update on that, we did end up with 2 complete sets. We did not end up, either one of us, with all the stickers.
No.
Which was a real bummer. But it was a great time. I love Superman 2. It made me remember how much I love Superman 2. And we were there. Your hat looks almost like a Superman symbol.
Oh, it's that Evo shield. There we go.
Evo shield?
Yeah, it's a sports thing, baseball.
Well, I'm
there's
out. If it's a sports thing, I'm out.
Okay, sorry.
So,
I don't know. Did that even show up on the camera?
yeah, it sure did. You did a great job
I
there.
try every now and
Wonderful job. So, Lethargic Chewie, Lucas Butler is with me. Lucas, welcome.
That's foreshadowing. Oh, that's a great music video.
We'll get there. We'll get there as we
Pace yourselves.
Yeah, as we get into this.
Build up to it.
We needed to give full disclosure here.
Do it. Full disclosure.
Batman cards are what started this whole thing.
That's true. Yeah.
You picked up a wax box of Batman cards.
I did. It was one of those deals where we had talked countless times about your trading card collections and all these different things. And one night I was on eBay.
That'll do it to you.
That never turns out well. When I was eBay, I was reflecting.
There's something in Proverbs about my son, stay away from eBay.
That's right. I believe it. There's been a lot of conversation about that at our house. But when I was on eBay, reflecting on my childhood and remembering seeing Batman, and there she was. So I got a box and said, Steve, I got a surprise. And one day, I can't remember why I was coming over. Were you doing a Geek Out Loud or something? Or is it just...
No, you just said, I got something for us to do that'll be fun. Yeah. And so you come over and we just sit down and we're talking and we're opening, we're opening cards, having a good time.
Yeah.
And I said, because everything that I do, I'm like, we should turn this into a podcast. I've been dabbling into this YouTube thing for a minute, and I'm like, we should do this on YouTube.
Just a couple minutes.
And you're kind enough that you indulged my hubris of thinking everyone wants to watch me do things like this or listen to me do things like this. And so Rodney Johnson, if I sent you Dune cards, would you open them? Of course I'd open them, man.
Dune, yes.
Lucas is all about the Dune. I don't know about me.
I can be about it.
But so we started it, but we never did Batman on camera at all. And so the conversations we had varied that day, but this will be a good chance to talk about the 1989 Tim Burton film Batman and talk about these cards and stuff. The box, as you can see, is in great shape. It's a little bit bent down here where they put shrink wrap on it. Now this is what I mentioned before we got going,
right?
Because you mentioned it still has the shrink wrap.
Yeah, sure, it looks like
the thing about these old boxes of cards, they didn't come shrink wrapped, as I recall. They came just stacked on box on box.
Okay.
And so the shrink wrap has been added by someone after the fact who apparently, and here's the other thing. Understand, when we buy these wax boxes, I don't think the people that have these intend for them to ever be open.
No, they're like, oh, this will go to another great collector. They'll put it on a shelf.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Yeah.
But it's a great
They've
box.
preserved it for 30, 40
I
years.
listen, the Superman box that we got that's a good box.
Yeah.
I think the Superman 2 box was in good shape.
Yeah, that was a good box. The Return of the Jedi.
The Return of the Jedi wasn't so much.
The
The Jurassic Park had the big black mark in it and everything. Yeah. But there have been some boxes like this that are really good shape, really look good, and can actually display. Like if you get a little bit of, get you some styrofoam cut out and stick down in there to kind of give it some support. These things actually you can hang on the wall and they'll look pretty good. So
you gotta have space to do that, but
that's true. That's true. So I'm going to open these up.
I like the knife, by the way. What's the history on this knife?
This is my dad's knife that he
nice.
gave me. Yeah, it's one of those old hand-me-down.
I was like, it looks like it's got a history to it. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here to talk about Batman, but it was just nice. There we go. So, now what's the price sticker on the back say there?
The price sticker says $12.13.
Okay.
So
that may be something else.
Yeah. So
wow, 45 cents a pack back in 1989.
89. Now in Hazelhurst, Georgia is where I lived when this came out in 1989. I was 12 years old, Steve Glosson. And down the road from us was a little convenience store.
Okay.
They didn't have gas. It was just a food store,
a little food
store
mart deal.
And I mean, by little, I mean tiny. Like it was old school.
Uh-huh.
Hall's food store.
Oh.
Mr. Hall sat back there. The only thing, like, he didn't sell alcohol.
Okay. Bread and milk, huh?
Bread and milk. I mean, sincerely, and cigarettes.
No, I mean, well, it probably wouldn't.
You know what? He didn't really have meat. He had a little cooler section over there that he had like lunch meats and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't like the place where you go to get meat in town. It was literally just like, if I need a snack, if I need to grab something real quick, I'm going to go to Hall's and get it. And Mr. Hall had the candy. We'd go down and walk up and down a little candy aisle, get candy, but also baseball cards and various and sundry trading cards. He'd get in.
Oh, that's sweet.
And so I spent so much time riding down to Hall's food store to grab a pack or two or three, depending on how much change I could scrounge up, of Batman cards. And that's the great thing. And if I can be old for a minute.
Do it. Be old.
That's the great thing about this era. You could scrounge up change.
Oh, yeah.
And buy a couple of packs of cards.
Buy a $2 pack.
Nowadays, like you can't pay with change if you want to.
Nowadays, it costs you $2 a pack and you get 8 cards.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those might be the security thing.
9 cards, 1 sticker, 1 piece of gum.
That's right, 1 piece of gum. It's got my name written on it.
By the way,
what do you got?
I don't know why I kept this is the gum. This is all the gum that was intact from the Superman 2. Gosh. And I'm like, can we build something with all this gum that's intact? And I'm really thinking about we should maybe try to build something with gum. Build it. I guess we need to put a shellacking on it or something before we.
That could be another feature here on the YouTube channel.
Hey, I'll get in touch with the craftsman, Steady Crafting, and be like, hey, craftsman, what you say? So we both have packs of these.
Yeah, we already have packs.
So we're gonna do this and start to go through.
This is the live one here.
And kind of show you
number 1 hit movie.
It was the number 1 hit movie, dude.
This is I think in my little record book, which everyone keeps track of my life, I went and saw this 8 times in the theater.
Wow.
No other movie have I seen that much.
Wow. The first movie I actually went and saw multiple times in the theater, I think, was Jurassic Park.
Okay.
I went and saw it twice in the theater.
There's the old stickers.
There you go.
There is Michael Keaton.
There he is as Batman.
Are you? I'm Batman.
These stickers, actually, this gum has done pretty good. This has been kept in a good dry place because the gum's not sticking so far to the cards, to the stickers. Yeah, you want to, right here is where you can put it, and you can, if you want to come all the way up to that, it'll focus in better.
Right, cool. So
this is as far over as you need to go this way, and this is as far over, and this is as far forward.
We got boundaries.
Yep.
Rules. We've got rules.
So,
here's Alicia's new look. There she is.
So
Jack?
This is timely because I just saw yesterday where in the Flash movie that they're going to make, that Michael Keaton is going to reprise his role.
Is it Flashpoint? Is that what they're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But he's going to reprise. He's going to reprise his role as
Because he is the best
as Batman. Is he? You think so?
Okay, well, let's do some
There's old card number 1 right there.
Oh, you're right.
The old title card.
Love that.
I do too.
It's
just a great,
kid.
yes. Iconic.
There's a date with Vicky Vale.
Stop the presses. Yes. Who is that?
Who's that?
So you're saying Keaton best Batman?
I love him. Yeah. So who are you saying?
I mean, Keaton did good for the movie. Like, I went back and watched after we did these cards the other week. I went back and watched the movie again, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it was good.
Death.
Jack Nicholson made this movie. Like, I mean, he really did. But
Keaton's just a little off kilter just to pull it off, though. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, he's obviously better than George Clooney.
Oh, sure.
Better than Val Kilmer. Are you a Kilmer fan? I mean, I like Val Kilmer, but I think Keaton's better.
I kind of like Kilmer. I don't know that I like Kilmer better than Keaton. But now, see, then you got to move forward in time. And is Christian Bale out just because it's a totally different thing? Or are we talking about this series?
I like Christian Bale. I mean, he does a good.
Where are the other drugs going?
He does a good Batman. But I think if to pull off both personalities in one actor, I think it's better Michael Keaton.
I don't know. That whole scene where he acts drunk and kicks everyone out of the party, I just thought was great. No, he wasn't.
He wasn't acting. He was really drunk.
No, he wasn't.
I was on
You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Always the asset of all my prey.
So he says,
I just like the sound of it.
He tells her, he says, look at us. We're regular Beauty and the Beast.
That's right.
But if anyone else calls you Beast, I'll rip their lungs out. Alexander Knox. This guy doesn't get enough credit. And this is a dude that should have been back in other movies. Like, I don't understand where Vicky Vale went for Batman Returns, and I don't understand where Alexander Knox went.
Well, in the Crisis on Infinite Earths, on the CW, he gets his little reprise role.
That's right. He looked up in the sky and saw the sky turning red.
Yeah.
So
what was that? Earth 89? Give me a little.
Is that what they called it? Earth 89.
A little throwback to 1989.
We got some folks joining in right now, concurrent viewers.
Probably telling me I'm wrong about Michael Keaton, but that's okay.
No. Affleck's also going to be back. He's going to come back as which is something we thought was undoable. Yeah. So the Batmobile tears away. You know what's interesting about the Batmobile tearing away is when you go back and watch that movie, it really didn't.
It just kind of slumbered away.
Mm-hmm.
What are you?
Yeah, I'm Batman. Now, the truth be told, that line, I'm Batman, Affleck hadn't uttered it. But, I mean, Christian Bale did. Like,
yeah,
when he pulls in Carmine Falcone's like, what are you? And he's like, I'm Batman.
Sabotage.
Within the Batcave. Right there. I mean, the Tim Burton over the top, like,
yeah. I mean, it's just
architecture and everything.
Winged freak terrorizes Gotham City.
Yeah.
Where did they get a load of me?
Ooh. Wow, that's really creeping me out, man.
Sorry.
So, nailed by the Dark Avenger. I don't know how I feel about that verbiage.
I've got a live one here.
Ooh.
I'm in charge now, he says, guys.
The desperate struggle.
Running in little doubles already in my second pack.
Oh, wow. Way to go, Tops.
The bat signal.
He gave us a signal. I'm like,
how do we get in touch with it?
How do we? If you ever need me, it's Billy D that says it. If you ever need me, just call. How do we call him? He gave us a signal.
He gave us a signal.
That's how he sounds. That's how Commissioner Gordon sounds. He gave us a signal.
Billy D's over there. Hello, buddy.
Yeah. Well, hello, what have we here? It's a letter from the Batman. Ghosts and goblins.
Twisted terrorists. Bob the Goon. What a name.
Yeah, that was just it, Bob. And he got a figure. Didn't he get a figure?
And dadgummit, after years and years of use, or maybe not use, of just being displayed, he always has that karate chop leg that won't stay down now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You find one that his leg will stay down, you're doing well.
Stay down?
Yeah, so he's got the kicking action.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, granted, here we are. What,
but you would think that the way it would work is the leg wouldn't go up.
No, it goes up. It won't stay.
I wonder what that's about. I'd love to take one open and see what the mechanism is behind
there. I'll find
there.
one at the house.
Well, you have multiples?
Next episode, the dissecting of Bob the Goon. Action leg.
Well, I love learning how to fix toys and stuff.
You do a good job of it. Fate of the Wayne family. We know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, they're going to die. We see it every time there's a Batman movie.
I thought they were going for pizza.
Grissom's gruesome demise. You are my number one guy. Jack Palance.
And just breathe hard out of that nose. The challenge.
Batman Lives.
Oh, this is a sweet one. I like this. The Guardian.
Oh, yeah, yes. Put that up a little closer to the camera. Let it focus on up. Yes.
It's a cool card.
That is a cool card, man. Any of these, I'm a sucker for like the publicity still stuff like that kind of, where they're like it's a pose shot because it just, you really get to examine kind of the look and the feel of all these people. The new DA, Harvey Dent. This is one of the things about this era of Batman that at the time I didn't know. I was a Marvel kid and I didn't know that there was a villain named Two-Face that was Harvey Dent.
Oh, really?
And so I didn't know that Billy D was supposed to be Two-Face. And that's one of those things that we absolutely missed out on by all the recasting and everything of Batman Forever with Tommy Lee Jones playing basically the Joker, just looked different.
Well, this is
I dropped some cards.
Uh-oh.
Please.
Weird sticker here.
That's like some, well, it's like some almost concept art.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tim Burton concept art.
Ooh, that's scary to think about.
Sorry about that.
Bruised but not beaten. Batman. I guess this was, of course we had Superman before this, but as a teenager, really allowing my mind to wrap around, the possibility of,
Well, up until this point, up until this movie, for us, for kids that grew up in our era, Batman was, you filthy criminals. It was Adam West. Right. Robin to the Batcave.
Holy rusted metal Batman.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But with this, it really put Batman in a new light for people that were only exposed to Batman through the cartoons and through the old Adam West show. The only other Batman I knew other than that was Batman from like the Super Friends or from Scooby-Doo.
Right, yeah. Oh,
my favorite episodes of Scooby-Doo are when Batman would show up,
That's right.
But
him and Robin on there, Casey Kasem.
Yeah. I'm Casey Kasem.
Also the Boy Wonder. This is America's Top 20.
Also Shaggy.
That's right.
You may know me from America's Top 40, The Boy Wonder on Super Friends, and Shaggy. He was also Transformers. I think he was Cliff Jumper.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, there's a piece of gum sticking to it.
And as soon as you say that, I get it too.
Sticking to a sticker.
Sticking a sticker. Sticker done stuck.
So this movie was to me really interesting, like because of everything that I thought I knew about Batman, I didn't know, and this kind of I really like for years I was like, oh, what a dark movie, man! They really made Batman dark.
Really?
But then you go back and you watch it, and it's like, no, it's not.
We get the Dark Knight later.
Right? Yeah, the Nolan stuff is a lot more earnest.
I'd say this is. I remember this scene as a kid, and I was like, oh, when he dropped that pin in that dude's throat. The pen is truly mightier than the sword.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Well, and the wave that he gives them.
Oh, yeah. Well, nobody can see us, but
yeah, he does like this.
Yeah. The Titans clash.
Here's a spoiler alert for you: The Dark Knight triumphs.
What?
Yeah.
I was hoping we wouldn't find that up to the end of the box.
I feel like that's the shot we've got to see if we can make happen with the movie, like we do with Batman.
We'll have to find that one.
So
it's perfectly. Here's the character card, Alfred.
Gotham After Dark.
Gotham before.
But yeah, but so this movie really was different, but it also. I'm just amazed looking back how popular it was. Like,
yeah,
the bat signal was everywhere. The world was Batman crazy.
Oh my goodness!
It was
T-shirts, everything.
People were having it cut into their hair.
Oh yeah. Now okay, now let's just be real here. Let's go ahead and talk about our geek flags and how they were flying when we were teenagers. So how did you respond to this? I mean, obviously you went and saw the movie.
I got a Batman shirt.
Got a Batman
for
shirt.
sure. I was collecting the cards.
Okay.
I didn't do any of the toys.
Okay.
I was a little too old for anything but Star Wars toys at that point. If I happened to find some weird random Star Wars toys.
Okay.
It was 89. So I was collecting comics at that point. Like I said, I was into Marvel. And so I just kind of hung with my Marvel, but I watched, I devoured this as a movie,
Right.
and just couldn't wait till the sequel. So I didn't really get into posters on the wall, that sort of thing. My brother loved the Joker for some reason, and ended up with a poster of the Joker on his wall.
Okay.
When it was all said and done. But of course, when the VHS came out, like, it got on heavy rotation.
Oh yeah.
At our house.
Well, I have to say, and maybe I should curtail maybe my next few comments here, because I'm a year older than you, correct? Is that right? Am I a year
Yeah,
older?
you're a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whole
1 year.
year older. So this comes out, and like I said, I saw it multiple times at the movie. Had the posters all in my room. I think I had 2 or 3 posters. I recently got one the other day to match up with one that I had in my room as a kid. Had shirts. I think I had a shirt for every day. I had Joker, I had Batman. But I also decided to construct my own Batman suit.
Shut your mouth.
So
That's awesome.
yeah. Well, yes and no. As a
As a 13-year-old kid,
14-year-old, okay. All right, so again, talking about how early the geek flag flies. So I got a black sweatsuit, sweatshirt.
Okay,
sweatpants,
yeah.
Got my grandmother to get me an iron-on Batman logo.
Shut your mouth.
All right,
You're so cute. That's so precious.
I got her to get me some black fabric for the cape.
Yeah.
Got some work gloves, black work gloves. Okay, and then I constructed the mask / helmet, because that's essentially what it became.
Right.
It was an old, I think it was a Cardinals batting helmet. I cut the bill off of it.
Wow.
Yes. I made like the sides out of cardboard, painted it all black, and then got like a regular like costume mask, that had the little strap on it. I put it here.
Is there a picture of this somewhere, Lucas?
I've got to find it.
Oh my gosh. You can't bring information like this to the table and not have visual. We're on YouTube.
So
You got to have the visual
use
aid.
cardboard to make the ears. So I'm going to spend a lot of time on it. I mean, obviously the big night of the premiere was Halloween. Okay, I was working towards that. So the day before Halloween, I stayed up late working. I mean, I made a utility belt out of a photon belt. Remember the photon laser things? So I customized that, spray painted it yellow.
Like the Ghostbusters deals?
No, photon. It was like the laser tag that had the big helmet.
Oh yeah.
But they had also had like a belt too.
Okay, yeah.
So I changed it up. Well, the night before Halloween, I'm up late doing it, and I got paint on my hands. So I get up in the morning, still got paint on. So I use some bleach on my hands.
Oh no.
Go on to school.
Oh no.
And let's just be honest. I was bullied as a kid a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Granted, I'm a 14-year-old making a Batman costume, so maybe there's some of that. So I go in, I'm reeking of bleach, and the bullies pick it up.
Oh yeah, they jump on that mess.
And
yeah.
I also had some really awkward glasses that they called my mama's glasses. So, hey, mama's glasses, why are you smelling like bleach?
Oh no.
So it was a rough day, but you know what? The night was coming.
Yeah.
And Batman made his appearance.
Oh wow.
That's right. I got some great candy that night.
Great.
That's it. So, and I made a few commercials, at the house with me for Batman alarm systems.
Okay. For Batman alarm systems.
Yeah, which I didn't even know alarm systems were a thing back then. Maybe I was a pioneer.
One of the things you realize watching this movie back is how hard a time he had moving in the suit. So like a sidekick like that is pretty impressive right there. So you obviously didn't have that type of that rough of mobility in your suit, because it was basically
fluid.
just a sweatsuit.
The helmet was a little problematic.
Yeah.
Had a lot of work that had to be done to it in between houses. I think my grandfather thought there's something wrong with this boy.
You know what's great about this card set is by this time Topps knew how to make non-sports card sets better than you get these early 80s, late 70s stuff, and they're off center.
Yeah,
a lot of them are off center. You also have situations where, like with the Superman stuff, there's not a Lex Luthor card. There's barely a Lex Luthor card in some of those things.
Even the Jurassic Park are into
no Samuel L. Jackson, and so, which I think that's on them for not getting his likeness rights or something, but at least they focus with the dinosaurs. But here,
You're no match for the Batman.
Everyone's involved. You know, like you never feel like any. This is a really good card set. Is the Batman '89 card set? Yeah. I'm a little bit biased, I guess, maybe because I do have such fond memories of collecting it, but like as far as just being complete,
Jack Napier loses his grip.
You know, there's 2 series of Batman cards, and the first series really does a good job of Did you have he loses his grip? And I have the toxic plunge very next.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Right on timing. Boom, boom.
So, but what I'm saying is like as far as having the complete story and putting it in a complete way, it really, this card set does a good job of that with some great still shots of like publicity style things interspliced.
I don't know if I ever had any Series 2. Did they change the border up for it?
It's yellow.
Okay.
The border is yellow.
I didn't.
Oh, well.
If I did, it was very sparingly.
Well, we can change that, I think. Just give me some time to go through some stuff. But
let's see. Trying to find. There's a good one.
Now, one thing we did discover with these, if you get into doing the boxes of cards and you find out that you have some gum stains, like this card here has, not a wet washcloth, just very, very damp, not very damp, but damp, you know, enough to kind of get a little moisture to it. It will dissolve the sugar from that and rub it off pretty well without messing up the sticker.
Yeah, I think I'd got like a paper towel, got a little bit of water on it, then you know, really just get it enough. Call me Joker.
Oh, that's a great one.
He's just off the chain crazy. That's right.
Well, the whole origin, you know, and like the scene with the plastic surgeon, he's like, I did my best with these tools, and
you see what I have to work with here.
And he grabs the mirror and he starts looking, and then the laugh, he just starts laughing at himself. Yep. See, like some of these stickers, I know that we haven't had because they don't look familiar to me at all. Like this particular sticker here with Bruce and Vicky.
Yeah,
you know,
I think I've seen that one.
Okay.
Not to, you know, but for you, it's your own memory.
Well, I'll pull out the.
Get some good ones here. Hero and the Horror. Can't remember if we've seen that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Seen this one. Ooh, that's a cool one.
I wonder what happens if we bring this down just
a little bit.
Yeah. Oh.
Boop. Hello.
Boop.
A little glance inside the Batwing cockpit. Is that good, bad, or indifferent?
Bring it up.
Come all the way
there you go. Yeah. Don't be scared to get it to the camera because you know how these things are.
Yeah, I just don't want it to lose too bad of focus.
Well, it helps focus in when you bring it up to it.
Like this close?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, back up just there you go. That's right, good stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Grip of Death.
I love this scene. No, I'm melting. Pours that thing in his face.
Well, and that, you know what? Before I saw the movie, I had a lot of cards.
Uh-huh.
And so that looks there like it's the white makeup.
Oh, I know.
Running. Yeah. And then you realize.
No, it's
in the movie, and it's kind of, you know. And that's one thing I've carried about the Joker since then is I'm like, well, his skin has to be bleached out.
Yeah.
He gave us the signal. I'm going to do that every time I see that card.
And this is really that scene where in the movie where you see because he's rubbing something across his forehead.
Yes, and it comes.
He's just coming through.
Right, and it's a great. You know what? And honestly, that's a great in the moment effect because you know how it's done.
Right.
You know, he's got some white makeup on the handkerchief that he rubs across his forehead, obviously. Oh, yeah. But it's done so well that it looks like he's wiped it off. It's really a great thing.
On the back. Ooh, you know what that's gonna be?
It looks like it could be the Batman.
I bet it is.
This was a fun gag, and that's the other thing. Like, I'll say this: the Tim Burton movies really focus more on the villains than they did the hero. But like this gag here, where he pulls the long gun out, like that's a fun gag. You know, that is a funny Joker gag for real.
That you know, Todd McFarlane's doing the new DC multiverse figures.
Yeah, and
they're heavy into the Batman. Focus. Well, I think the most recent wave, I think it's the White Knight Batman series. But in that, you've got Jack Napier. He goes back to the police force and all this stuff. It's like an alternate deal. I don't know it all, so I haven't read it, but just from the figure. But his gun is that gun.
Oh, really?
It's his long deal. It's really cool.
There is the Death Defying Duo. This is a card. I really dig this card. because the lighting behind them and everything, it looks like something's exploding. She's got kind of a determined look on her face. There's something about that card.
That's
there.
one of those classic cards. Is that right before he asked her how much she weighs?
I think so, or as they're getting ready to get out of the museum or something, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's the mime club. It's extracurriculars.
Extracurriculars.
Yeah. It's extra. It's a credit hour.
Smilex. Trying to get that to.
Is that the TV anchor?
Yeah.
She's over there. He's like telling some horrible story, and she's laughing.
And then he cuts in.
This is hardly a laughing matter. She just falls over dead.
And then the Joker cuts in doing his little dance on the.
Get a grin.
Oh, again and again.
You light up my life. There you go. It's a serious lighter.
All right, let's see if I can kind of do this while you're opening some up, and see if we can get a set right here on the air.
Yeah, do it, man. Go after it. I'll keep opening. Obviously, you want my cards over here?
Yeah, just keep them. Then as I get ready to get them from you, I'll get them from you. So I thought it'd be fun to try to get a set
on air, since most of the time we do that after.
Right.
There's old Vicky Bale.
Vicky Vale, Bat Dance. We need to talk about it.
Oh my goodness! Is there ever been? I mean, other than Thriller itself.
Well,
I mean, is it in that caliber?
Other than Sweet Child of Mine,
is it in the caliber of Thriller?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Here's the thing, I when I heard that back in the day, I'm like, what even is this?
It's musical masterpieces.
I'm 12-year-old Steve, who is.
I'm working on my Batman suit here. Listen to this.
Who has been kind of sheltered, from the devil's music and everything.
And I'm listening to Guns N' Roses in my house.
And Prince is just absolutely the most evil thing, that you could have. And so when he does his Bat Dance, I'm like, this doesn't sound like music. This sounds like a big mess of stuff. But I appreciate it now, more for what it is. But man, back in those days, I was just like, I don't know if I like Bat Dance.
Should I be listening to this?
Because I wanted it to get on something and stay there.
Yeah, it was all over the place. It was a bit of a mess, but it was neat. I think it was so neat to me because it was tied to the movie that I loved.
Right, right. No. Look, I don't want it to be said that Steve hates Bat Dance.
No.
All right.
Oh, it won't. I mean, they've already started the Facebook group on it, but
yeah, people against Steve hating Bat Dance.
Yeah, we'll get it taken down because it's fake news.
Yeah, I'll get canceled because I don't like Bat Dance.
Yeah, it's possible.
You think?
Yes.
I guarantee you, it's possible.
Anything's possible in this world.
So yeah, we
got to get used to the numbers on the back again.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Because all the other stuff we've been having with Superman and Return of the Jedi.
Those older ones have them on the front. Yeah. Do you want to let everyone know what's next?
Yeah, so as we're working through this box, we are always looking for what's next. So our next episode of Back to the Wax Packs is going to be...
Lord willing,
will be E.T. So, now what movie... what year was that?
That was 83, wasn't it? Or 82?
Early 80s, yeah. So we'll be taking a Oh, but, my series not sure about that. Where is that coming from? It's from my watch.
Oh, I was like, what is going on?
Tracy watch, sorry.
And that's another, I know that's a set we're looked at that you want to get into and that sort of thing. I don't know that Dick Tracy would have been made.
I think it was 90.
Were it not for Batman.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that around this time, that's when people started to kind of look at these properties again. Obviously, Superman stayed in production hell until, the 2000s. But through the 90s, there were all kinds of things they were trying to make happen. Nicolas Cage as Superman and all kinds of other things. So, are you more Superman or Batman guy? You're more Superman, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely more Superman.
Yeah, me too.
Now, I did get, thanks to you, I did go down that McFarlane line for a little while.
That was not my fault.
It was yours. You text me. You said, Lucas. You may have even brought up my name. I don't know.
I may have even.
Have you
may have even said my name.
McFarlane DC line. I was like, no. I looked at it, and that was all. Because the first wave had 2 Supermen in it.
Yeah, I know. And I'm kind of keep regretting not getting that Superman.
The next wave has Bizarro in it, by the way. I saw the image, and he's wicked looking. So
wicked like
zombie looking.
Oh, okay. See,
But not like full on zombie, but just I'll have to show you.
I like Bazzombie where the Bazzombie. I like
a Bazzombie.
I like a Bazzombie.
It's an Italian dish. Bazzombie. You eat it and it tastes like a brains.
It tasted like a brains. It's a me, a Mario.
It's good.
Hello, welcome to my Bazzombie spaghetti warehouse.
Okie dokie.
Wow.
He's a bad man.
Now we are canceled, ladies and gentlemen.
We've tried to offend everybody.
I like my Bizarro looking like his face has been cut out of some kind of crystal or something. You know, like the old school Bizarro.
I don't know if he'll look that way.
Yeah.
But the story is, Steve texted me, have you seen this? Which, as you know, for any collector, that's like, it's a death wish. So I looked, and the first wave did have 2 Superman, the Unchained Superman armor, which was really cool, and then the Superman. And so I went all in.
You can't listen. You can't blame me for that.
No, but I want to.
I know you do, but you can't.
But all that being said, I went all in for the first 3 waves, but now I've backpedaled. I've sold almost all of them on eBay, except for a few, because they're really heavy Batman, which I like Batman.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, we're doing the Batman cards right now, but I don't follow it enough to know the variations of the story. If it's a really cool figure, like the current wave that should be hitting stores soon has got a really neat Batman with guns and all this stuff, which is, okay, Batman with guns, what is that all about? But it's a cool figure. Well, I may get it.
Well, and I didn't
Bizarro,
know.
I'll get the Bizarro.
I didn't know until well after, I guess really recent years. Until you want to show me a bit of the ones that you've opened there.
Yeah.
That people had a problem with Batman, the Batmobile having guns on it that opened fire, like when he was going into Axis Chemical and everything. And then, of course, he shot at the Joker. He shot at the Joker there with the Batwing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about it.
Well, I never had a problem with it because I didn't know I was supposed to have a problem with it. Because again, I did not know the DC stuff that much. My DC experience, when I started collecting comics, all the superheroes I knew from cartoons and stuff back in the day.
Super Friends.
And so, which is going to play into something I've been wanting to say on Geek Out Loud on the podcast. Where I'm not going to say it here, but it's going to be controversial. It's going to be one of those things that people are going to hate on me on Twitter for and everything. But I just feel like it needs to be said. But anyhow, so I go to the newsstands and I'm like, well, I always like Superman because I love the Superman movie and everything. And I pick up a Superman comic, and during that time, I believe it was the time of John Byrne taking over Man of Steel, and it was right after Crisis on Infinite Earths and everything, as I recall. And the last panel of this Superman comic that I picked up and flipped through had him and Wonder Woman in a lip lock.
Oh yeah.
And I just threw it down. I'm like, well, they don't know how to write Superman. I've been collecting comics for all of 2 or 3 months.
But they don't know how to write Superman.
And I'm like, I was immersed in what I thought Superman's supposed to be and how it's classic just geek rage all of a sudden, just already in me as a comic book reader, as a kid there. And looking back on that, I think it's so funny because I missed out on some good DC stuff during that time. But
the New 52 kind of played up that Superman Wonder Woman.
Yeah, they did, and I still don't like it to this day. But I also found out what happened in the aftermath of that kiss. Nothing. So it was just one of those weird things where Superman's like, "Oh, I thought we'd be together." He ends up marrying Lois and everything else. But it's just like, always give it a little bit of time. If they're just trying to tell a good story.
Let them flesh it out.
I went full Marvel. I just leaned into Marvel. And so when this comes around, I didn't know that Batman didn't use a gun. I didn't know that Harvey Dent was a villain named Two-Face. I didn't know there was such a villain named Two-Face. I knew the villains from the old Batman TV show, So
I was not a big comic kid growing up either. Mm-hmm. I mean, you were more so, but I was more dependent on the cartoons that were on TV and the theatrical releases. I'd get a few comics every now and then if my mom would pick them up. But that's it.
Well, and in the little town I lived in, you couldn't get comics. We had to go out of town for comics. So I ended up always buying little back issues here and there. If I could find a comic stand, a spinner rack at a convenience store in our town, I'd go there and buy what I could.
Right.
And so really reading was very sporadic, But it was fun, and again it was one of those things where
Dangerous Domain.
back in those days, at that time comics were $1.
Yeah, what are they now? $4 or $5?
$1 American dollar. Yeah, they're like $4 now for a comic.
Send a little quick message here. Check on my kid at the house.
Please do.
Yeah.
I am.
Let's see. Real life happening around us.
While you're doing that, I'll open a pack of cards so everyone can see what's going on here.
Let's see keep them interested. Keep your eyes peeled.
So, but speaking of Batman's rogues gallery, is the villains that he has. There is the whole idea out there that like no one has a better rogues gallery than Batman.
Right.
So here's my question for you, because I maintain that Spider-Man's rogues gallery is just as good.
Oh, I definitely think that would rival,
if not better than Batman's.
Yeah, I mean, not being a big time comic guy, I don't know all of them in Spider-Man, but I know he's got a plethora of enemies.
Yeah, yeah,
much like Batman does,
and all just as like diverse and varying in their origins and the reasons for being bad guys as Batman's are. So like when you think of Spider-Man, and I always thought his arch. Who do you think his arch nemesis is? Like when you think of Spider-Man's like arch villain.
See, again, I'm not a huge.
Oh, but that's good. I'll ask you as someone who's just kind of common on the outside.
I mean, maybe it's influenced by seeing Green Goblin.
That's fine.
Tobey
yeah.
Maguire stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'd go that route.
And see, that's what most people say, and I don't think they're wrong. But just all my life, I always thought Dr. Octopus was his number one.
Yeah.
But honestly, the way they set it up in the comics and everything, Green Goblin is his nemesis, like his arch nemesis. But I think Dr. Octopus is a strong number 2 there.
Evil of the Joker. But obviously, Series 2 covers some other parts of the movie that we're not seeing in the cards yet.
No, the card series goes from beginning to end.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess because you got the one where the ledge and everything like that.
Yeah.
I guess
he gave us a signal.
I guess there's something that I don't know what I'm looking for that I haven't seen yet. So I don't know, and I'm sure that helps you guys out as you're watching.
Yeah, that's right. That makes a lot of sense to you. So, favorite Batman movie, Lucas?
Well, this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This
is my favorite Batman.
The nostalgia hit and everything.
Yeah.
Now, what did you think of Batman Returns?
It was so. It was not very good. I mean, I was a Danny DeVito fan, but not of Danny DeVito as the Penguin. So.
Well, here's the thing. Because of Jack Nicholson working out so well as the Joker, I thought when they were getting ready to come out with Batman Returns, I thought, oh, well, if Nicholson can play a Joker like that, then obviously DeVito will be a great Penguin.
Oh, yeah, you would think so.
And then they did all that weird stuff to him.
I was like, why can't he just be the Penguin, like in the comic book?
Yeah, well, I was thinking like in the TV show.
Crazy.
Yeah,
like, back to Burgess Meredith. Why can't we do that?
Why can't we, but
Romero did a great job as Joker, then Jack Nicholson did.
I'll take another stack there.
Take another stack of cards here, sir. There you are.
And I was just really kind of, I was like, all right. I mean, I liked it because I was supposed to like it. Also, also, there's something to be said about as a kid going to the movies. Even then for me, when that movie came out, going to the movies was a kind of a big deal. It's not as much anymore as it used to be for people.
Well, it is now.
Right.
You can't do it.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, it was
back then. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like you didn't do it every week or every once a month. Even it was. Oh, there's a movie coming out, and we can go see this. Are you sure?
But I also wasn't into all the behind the scenes stuff.
No.
That I would get into later on. With the advent of the internet and everything. So I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention to a change in director and stuff when Batman Forever rolls around.
Oh no!
All I knew was there was a new actor playing Batman. And so I was like, well, and I liked Val Kilmer as Batman. I thought he did a great job.
It was a great job.
As Mad Mardigan too, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked him as Batman as well. In fact, I'm in the camp, and I don't know who else is in this camp, if there is anyone in this camp. Thank you. I like Batman Forever better than Batman Returns.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Batman Return. I mean, I like Michael Keaton, but yeah, Batman Returns just has some stuff where you just kind of like, I really wish I hadn't seen this movie. So it was just,
And it shouldn't have. I mean, like
No.
it's Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
oh, I
It's,
know, but it
You know,
just
Christopher Walken's in
slow.
there.
Yeah.
Bruce, why are you dressed like Batman? Because he is Batman, you idiot.
He's stupid. I do like that scene where he tears off that part of the cowl. That was
But
pretty
it's
cool.
really weird because before he does that, they cut to him, and then when they cut to him just before he tears off, it looks so weird because he doesn't have eye black on
Oh, that's
around
right.
his
yeah.
eyes, and
That's
it's like
right.
he could come out with eye black on. It's not a problem.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not the end of the world.
Oh, it's not. But it's just so fun. Bruce, why are you wearing a Batman costume? and Catwoman, because he is Batman, you idiot.
You idiot. How did that guy get to be a
When she
man?
flips out of the department store that's about to blow up, and she just looks at them both, they're standing there, she's like, meow, and then boom. I mean,
She
like,
was
there's some
wicked,
funny
man.
moments
Yeah.
and stuff, but it's
It's
just
the penguin part that got me.
the
It
penguin
was
really
just-
weirds me
It
out.
was just
Yeah,
grotesque. I mean,
Yeah.
biting into the fish, and I mean, he doesn't have to be this.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but that's I feel like that's a Tim Burton thing for you, though. You
and I
know,
think for Batman Forever, I think Tommy Lee Jones was trying to be Jack Nicholson.
he
too
was
hard.
he was definitely trying to play the Joker, and also he's playing with Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, yes.
You know, so Jim Carrey, you know, one of the highest paid actors of the time in that moment in time, you know, you have to be big like he's being big on screen, you know, if you're going to make it happen.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was the top dog during the time, the comedy
Oh,
genius,
yeah.
if you will. And I mean, all his little deals as the Riddler, which I almost felt like the Riddler was over the top because, you know, the Riddler that we get in, you know, and I guess I'm comparing it to the Batman series with Adam West and Burt Ward.
Well, you know, I think that too until I go back and watch that, and you see the Riddler is like hyperactive, like
not that hyperactive.
well, no,
I mean, Jim
but I
Carrey's
mean,
a different level. Of
well,
hyperactive.
sure, I'll take a stack of cards from you, sir. So I'm working on my 1 through 9.
All right, he's getting there.
Um,
How many are in the series one?
132, I think.
Okay, so it's a good number.
Yeah, they at some point they changed from doing 80 because it's like 80, 88
Yeah, that's what
has
the
been what
others
we do
were.
for our normal ones. This is 132. But yeah, so you had the whole
Whoa,
Jim
got a
Carrey
live one
thing.
here.
Oh yeah. But that was Jim Carrey though. Like when you saw Jim Carrey being the Riddler, unless you just wanted the Riddler to be a little bit different, to me, I'm like, this is exactly what I'd expect out of the Riddler played by Jim Carrey.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the whole, you know, comparing it. Like, there's a moment where they're at the gala or whatever, and
Hit the bottom of the box.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
already, and so he is dressed up, and he's dressed like Bruce Wayne, like they're wearing
Oh,
the same
that's right. When they're at that
tux.
big
He's got his
gala,
hair
yeah.
fixed the same way and everything.
You got a mole on the side of his face.
Yes. How's my mole look? That movie also is kind of responsible for Drew Barrymore's comeback.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You know, after
Which we'll be talking E.T., you know,
right.
next time. There's a little segue.
Exactly.
For all you keeping up at home.
But this movie is the movie that launched all that, you know, like, honestly, and people say that, you know, Batman and Robin killed the superhero movie, you know, there in 97, but I don't think that's true because it wasn't that long afterwards that you had Blade. I mean, when you think the X-Men came out in 2000, that's only 3 years later.
Nah,
X-Men would have been in production for 2 years or more, you know, so...
Maybe it killed DC's line, or it's...
Yeah, it definitely cooled Warner Brothers on
Oh, yeah.
the making of superhero movies, which is unfortunate. And it's unfortunate that Warner Brothers still hasn't quite figured out the formula to
He's
do.
head over heels for Batman. That's nice.
Warner Brothers still hadn't quite figured out, to me, the best superhero formula.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not letting the right creative people handle it, and then the studio gets too involved, is what it seems like takes
I
place.
saw something the other day, and granted, you know, it could be fake news on the old social media.
Yeah.
One of the Marvels movies was going to cast, what's his name that plays Aquaman?
Jason Momoa?
Yeah, cast him in one of their movies.
Hmm.
Trying to remember which one it was. This is great, just bringing this up, not giving any answers. But so I mean, what is that? Is that going to make the world collapse upon itself when a DC
Well,
character?
no,
goes?
I don't think so. I mean, you have several people who've walked in both worlds.
Some walk in the same world.
You
Captain America, the Human Torch,
right? Michael Keaton is the Vulture and Batman,
but he at least crossed the aisle,
right?
where Chris Evans does, Human
Well,
Torch and
here's what's
Captain
funny.
America.
Here's what's funny. I've been in a mood lately to watch like older superhero movies from around that era from 2000 to about 2008, before Iron Man, BIM.
Yeah.
BIM. After Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, after the Sam Raimi Spider-Man and everything, there was this era of superhero movies where honestly, and of course all the Marvel properties are contracted out to other studios and everything. They're really just throwing at the wall to see what they can get out there. Everyone's jumping on whatever property they got and getting out there. It's like where the superhero craze starts.
Vicky Bale.
And so I'm watching the second Fantastic Four, and here comes the Human Torch, and my wife's like, he's just not believable like that. He's Captain America. And I was like, Haley, he was this before he was Captain America. Well, this is stupid. I'm like, so that's your critique, huh?
This is stupid.
This is just stupid for him to try to be something else. I'm like, he didn't even know that he'd be Captain America here. Wasn't even in his...
Oh, he had a DeLorean.
Yeah, that's right.
He could go 88 miles an hour in that car.
All right, so I got to tell you straight up,
Yeah.
I don't know that we're going to get a full set.
Are you serious?
I've got... I need card number 2 right now.
I love this scene.
Card number 5.
Where does he get those wonderful
2, 5, and 8. I haven't even got the first 9 handled yet. So
you need an 8?
2, 5, and 8.
Oh, here's 8 right here.
Oh, great.
In my hand. How about that? Commissioner Gordon.
Wonderful.
I guess I should have showed everybody since we probably hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah. Here you go. I'll do it. He gave us a signal. So,
Free terrorizes Gotham City. The newspaper.
But there have been other people who've walked in both worlds, who they've crossed the...
But as major characters? I mean, what if? I mean, this is a big what if. What if Christopher Reeve played, Spider-Man or Iron Man?
Christopher Reeve would have made a great Captain America.
Yeah, of course he would have.
Yeah, because he had naturally blonde hair.
What would it have been like if he's Superman over in one world and Captain America in another?
It would have been a perfect world. Lucas, because of sin, we can't live in that world.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's a good theological bridge if I ever heard one.
The Lord does not allow that. Sin has ruined our chances of seeing something that amazing.
And we're talking just actors here, folks.
That's right.
Think about how far-reaching it is if we're just talking about the small, mundane things. No doubt.
Oh,
to the very core.
Yeah, it's But I don't begrudge anyone from going to a DC movie into a Marvel movie.
They gotta feed their fans.
I wonder what the rumor was they're casting Momoa for. Now I got to tell you something. If you go to geekoutonline.com/cantina, geekoutonline.com, that'll take you over to Lucas's group on Facebook there, where he hosts a lot of different toy sales. If you're a collector at all, it's a great place to go connect with other collectors.
We've got some cool things we're going to do at the end here. Speaking of toys.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to
like I've
go through.
I've done all the packs here, brother. So
okay, all right, great.
The last of the cards.
Wonderful. Well, we'll move some of the stuff out of the way and do it. I thought I might be able to sort a little more quickly than what I've been able to sort this far.
Select my piece of gum.
For
later.
Yeah.
I'll get it too because they're kind of.
Some of this has some browniness on it. And I don't know about all that.
No.
I worry about you eating this gum.
It's helping me stay clear of COVID, I think.
Do you think that's what it's? Yeah, it's killing the COVID for you.
Killing the COVID.
It may very well be.
Yeah, it's the 20-something-year-old.
You know what? Even when we did these cards the other week, though, I didn't realize how big of a Batman fan you were during this era.
Oh man, huge. And I guess that's why when the McFarlane stuff came out, I kind of leaned back into that.
Yeah.
And I've recently, because I am a little bit of a collector and diving into some stuff, I did procure some of the 89 stuff again. So I've got the Batcave at home. And granted, I don't have the 89 Batcave. I have the little bit later one. But I've got the Batmobile. I've got several of the characters, and even some of the Toy Biz superheroes villains, just to round out the rogue gallery. So I should have took a photo and then we could throw it up there. But
do you have a favorite Batman villain?
I mean, it's got to be the Joker.
Yeah.
So it'd be Joker.
Which version of the Joker?
What do you mean? Which version?
Well, so like you just came in here and you laid it down saying Keaton is the best Batman.
Oh, okay. I really like Jack Nicholson as a Joker.
You think he's the best?
He's the most kid friendly.
Well,
I mean, the other Jokers have been really good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
I don't like Jared Leto.
I was fixed that. He's out. He's not even in the same conversation.
Did you see Joker? Have you been able to watch that?
I watched it. It was rough, though.
Yeah,
I'll just be honest. It's probably one of those
it's
probably should have walked away from.
Yeah, it's a little disturbing.
It was pretty disturbing.
So here's the deal.
But he did a great job. Joaquin Phoenix did.
Here's the deal. Topps has prohibited us, it looks like, from having a full set right out of the gate.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Last time we opened this, we got, one or two, didn't we?
We got two, yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have to. I'm just pushing these in here. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Get them on out of the way. Yeah, so there's not a full set. We're missing cards number 2 and 5.
2 and 5.
Yeah.
Wow, already. We're not even.
And I don't know, like I didn't get into the rest of the sorting because.
Yeah, because we can't get past the top 10.
But I bet I've got somewhere around here.
Oh yeah, you've got so many cards.
I bet it's somewhere in here. So, and we'll figure out something. I offered to send these back to Michael Nipp.
Yeah.
And thank you, Michael, so much
thank you,
for
that was fun.
For providing these.
Because these are like we say back to the wax back. It is like back to the past. I mean, it is a flashback, back to the future type situation.
And so he decided he wanted to do that for us. And before I could tell him no, don't do Batman. We've already done it. He had ordered them and sent me a message like I got them on the way, man.
Yes,
and so
awesome.
But thank you, dude. It's great. It's appreciated. Check out the Deuce Cast with Michael Nipp and David Dollar and sometimes Scott Riffin's on there. They always ask me to be on at inopportune times, and but they're great guys, great podcast. They are movie buffs like you wouldn't believe. Like when it comes to movie knowledge and movie understanding, they are. Good night. They've got it, man. It's amazing.
So they're a movie podcast.
Yep. And so Michael Nipp, check it out. He's there. He's one of the crew members and does a great job. So let's see here.
All right.
Next. So Lucas.
Yes, Steve.
You came to me.
Yeah. I did. I came to you and I sent you a message. Because while I'm out and about doing a little bit of hunting, every now I think of Steve because I know he's looking for similar things that I'm looking for.
Right.
So I dropped off some vintage collection Star Wars stuff. But I also know that he has some interest in the new Motu or Masters of the Universe stuff. And I happen to see these little guys here at the store. All right. These little Masters of the Universe Eternia minis. So they're like little blind bag deals. So I've got 2 for both of us to open.
That's exciting stuff
Here, and we'll see.
So let me ask you this now. Number one, I need to say this. I know that that Mattel is releasing the He-Man Origins figures.
Yes.
Which, quite frankly, if I'm being honest with you, I'm highly interested in.
I love the way they look, except for the Skeletor. He's got like an open mouth.
Yeah,
everything else looks great.
You know, they've got another Skeletor coming in the deluxe version with the battle armor, and the heads are all interchangeable.
Oh,
and his face is a little bit different.
I just cannot go down that rabbit hole. I did notice that Man at Arms has the mustache.
I'm just going to tell you straight up, in my heart and mind, I'm planning on going down that rabbit hole.
You're going.
I've determined.
The only thing I've seen in store, at least around here, is Battle Cat.
Yeah,
and
he's pretty expensive.
He's 25 or 29.
Yeah,
but then there's Prince Adam packed with like the glider or something.
Yeah,
which is like I think 30 or so. So we're diving into these.
Yeah,
so,
I'm interested. So these are like little mini figures.
Yeah,
they're blind pulls, as you said.
Yep.
It's little Castle Grayskulls. I opened up to see if there was a list of what figures are available in these things. I don't.
Did it not have a list?
No, but it shows you. It looks like you can link these different
Oh, you can link the castles together?
Castles together, yeah.
Oh, that's kind
So,
of cool.
so there's that.
All right, I'll let you
Castle
open the first one,
Grayskull.
man.
All right. Remember, Castle Grayskull is always iffy about opening it. Those hinges.
Yeah, it looks like it's got hinges of the same kind on both.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
So we've opened it up. There's that there.
Who'd you get? Who'd you get? Oh, he's got a weapon. It looks like. Thought I saw a weapon.
Oh, what is this guy's name?
Oh, let me see. Is it the guy with the hand?
Yeah, it's not Fisto.
Is that not Kit Fisto?
No, it's not Fisto. It's
Kit Fisto is the good guy.
It's not Ninjor. What is this dude's name?
Is it on his card?
He's got a sword. I bet it is on his card. Rick Francis, if you're still listening, shoot me an email at geekoutonline@gmail.com. Geekoutonline@gmail.com. And we want to thank all of our Patreon supporters. You've seen their names kind of going up the screen there, and we thank you all. If you want to support us, you can go to geekoutonline.com/Patreon or patreon.com/geekoutloud, I should say, and help us out. So,
Trapjaw.
oh, nice. That's a good one.
Nice.
I can't remember this guy's name to save my life.
So he comes with it looks like one of his little...
Oh, here it is. It's a little catalog it comes with.
Ah, cool.
So you can kind of see who's what. So they have available Trapjaws. You got Skeletor, He-Man, Buzz-Off, Man-at-Arms, Ram-Man, Horde Zombie, He-Man, which is green, and this guy, Jitsu. Short for Jujitsu.
Or Ninjutsu. I don't know.
Ninjutsu, yeah.
Or Jujitsu is actually a...
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, his hand was like super shiny.
It was shiny gold, yeah. Sure was.
Yeah.
Sure was.
I guess I can open up Trapjaw.
I put his little sword in there for you. Oh. Will he stand up? You know
These are
what?
yours, they're not mine.
Huh?
Those are yours over there. They're not for me.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought you said for you, and I was like, no.
No. I was saying I'm putting up for the viewers. Yeah.
Oh, here it was. I'm thinking you're trying to give me gifts. Oh, they stay on the top.
Yeah, they got little peg holes there, so I can put him there. That is awesome. I love these little guys, man. Well, now, where'd you get these?
Walmart. They're a little less than $5 a blind thing. So. But you're going to take a risk.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
but you may
30,
not get
35,
them.
40.
It's a gamble.
I know, Lucas. And I'm not wise when it comes to stuff like that.
There you go. All right.
All right. So let me pop another one
that
open.
I haven't opened yet. So let's put this right here.
Let me pop that one. These are really, really cool. I'm going to cut this tag off again.
Kind of remind me, but better than the Galactic Heroes.
They are very much like the Galactic Heroes.
But better.
They've got a little more articulation.
Yeah.
You know. Dude, you're just awakening He-Man love in me.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. It's the one toy franchise that I didn't ever really revisit again. Okay. You know, when they came out with the new version of He-Man in the early 2000s, that cartoon I watched, I thought it was really cool. But I did not really. Yes, by the power of Grayskull.
Dude, you got it.
Well, now it's all she wrote. I'm in.
It's lock, stock, and
I don't know how to tell my wife that we're never going to have money again. That is awesome.
While we're waiting.
That is fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, Buzz-Off. I was hoping for Skeletor, but Buzz-Off's not bad.
Buzz-Off's cool. I always liked Buzz-Off. I like Buzz-Off and Moss Man. You know, the nature guys. Yeah, Beastman was cool.
Moss on him.
He was Beastman with moss on him.
That's all he was.
He was a flocked Beastman.
Yes.
So.
Can't believe you got the old He-Man.
Oh, these are so cool. I've got a call from actual Rome, Georgia. That I may need to take here. I don't know what to do. We're on the air.
Okay.
Let me turn this down.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Taking a phone call here. Buzz-Off here.
This is Steve.
As you can see, he's got some little claspers there.
That's me, yeah.
There we are. Let's find his weapon here. These are super cool figures. Steve's taking care of real life here while we're playing with toys. All right, he's got him a sword. Now, how does it go in his claspers here? Or it's an axe. Actually.
Yeah, I do need a 3-hole punch
Look at this guy. He's a businessman.
Yes.
Buzz off. Cool.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah. Thank you so much.
There we are. There's Buzz off. Trap jaw. Is it what is it? Jujitsu? No.
Jitsu. I'm sorry. That was Staples.
Oh well.
We've got some stuff for Sunday school ordered being printed out. And so, did you want that actually?
What does He-Man come with? Just a sword?
He comes with a sword of power. No axe, no shield, but the sword.
That's still cool.
And look at his little face. His face is like,
hey, I have the power.
That is really cool. I never get a good pull on things like these. Thank you, Lucas.
Oh, you're welcome.
And
buddy.
You handed it to me. If you want him, I understand.
No.
I know. I feel very awkward now with this.
I will offer you a trade. Okay.
Okay.
Because I wanted to make sure this was a viable option, and I did get a trap jaw yesterday.
Oh.
So if you want trap jaw, he's there for not for He-Man, obviously.
For Jitsu?
Yeah. Trap jaw for Jitsu.
I'll do that.
Okay, we'll make that trade.
We'll swing these around that way.
We'll trade the. Here we go.
Great. I didn't know you were already getting into these,
man.
I
just got one just to see what it was like.
And you got trap jaw. I like.
So then I opened it. I was like, oh yeah, we're doing this tomorrow.
I never had a trap jaw in my life.
Yeah. Well, now you've got a trap.
That's
jaw.
Great. That is fantastic. I have a couple other things to show and tell before we go.
Brother.
If we've got a little bit of time here, we'll wind down.
Got about 15 minutes.
Okay, one of the cool things that Hasbro has done with the Marvel Legends is they've started doing these retro packs, kind of almost like the vintage collection. Really what it is, it's the Black Series 40th anniversary style of things where it's like a vintage style card, but it's big and blown up. They've done it with the X-Men cartoon stuff. They did it with the old Toy Biz stuff, like when they originally had the figures come out back in the 90s. And now they've done it with the Spider-Man the Animated Series stuff. Let me see here. Oh, it's way over there.
Rats, scallions.
Rats. Got it.
Oh, we gotta chew this gum before we get out.
So I have opened these already.
Okay.
And you can kind of see them in the background as it is. But I want to show you the card. The card's very cool.
Oh, that is cool.
It is the Spider-Man the Animated Series. And I love Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. And really, for me, there are two Spider-Man figures that you really just have to have. Red and blue suit and black suit Spider-Man.
Right.
After that, I don't need another Spider-Man. So I've got to get me a black suit Spider-Man, but I've got what I consider to be a really good red blue. He's over behind Captain America.
Oh, okay.
And so I want to get his Rogues Gallery. So anytime they have a new villain come out, Vulture, Dr. Octopus, that I don't have or they haven't made a good one of, I'm all about it. Toy Biz did a good Marvel Legends Green Goblin, but that's long since left my collection. So here is the animated style Green Goblin. The only thing is, look at his eyes. His eyes are kind of scary, weird looking.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not a friendly person.
No. But I like the look. The skin is very textured, very scaly. He holds the pumpkin bomb perfectly.
It sure does.
I wish he leaned down a little bit more to actually put his hand on the front of the glider like he does. But I mean, like, to me, it's a great looking figure.
It's a really cool figure.
He comes with an alternate head.
Okay.
Here, Norman Osborn.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you can put Norman's head on him without the mask on, if you want to. And then this is a figure I've been wanting them to come back out with for ages, because honestly, and it may be because of the old 60s cartoon, and I just remember this guy being pretty heavily featured in some of those. You know what? I remember seeing episodes with him, and that obviously makes me think he was pretty heavily featured. But Electro.
Oh, that's cool.
And
got that coming off his hand.
Well, he came with alternate hands.
Okay.
He's got another hand that shoots lightning off of it as well.
Electro.
But like, people always make fun of him because of the weird mask and everything. He obviously is a character.
Now, in Amazing Spider-Man 2, was that Jamie Foxx's character?
Yes.
Supposed to be Electro? Okay.
Yeah. And so he's obviously, coming off of that design is from the 60s. I mean, like, there's no getting around it.
That's a classic.
It's a classic design, but it's a classic comic book supervillain, and it almost rounds out the Sinister Six for me. because the original Sinister Six, I believe, Doc Ock,
Okay.
Green Goblin, Vulture, Electro, Mysterio, Sandman.
Okay, where does Kingpin fit in?
Kingpin doesn't fit anywhere because he's so fat.
Oh, good.
There.
Valid point.
Kingpin was just the kingpin of crime. Like, he's the head of organized crime in New York.
And he kind of goes across the villains, right?
You know what? He became a Daredevil villain.
Oh, okay. All right.
I always saw him as a Spider-Man villain because growing up, he was always a villain in the cartoon. Again, it goes back to the cartoon and stuff.
Yeah.
But somewhere in the comics, they're like, well, Daredevil's fighting street-level crime. He'd be going, and as a lawyer, he'd be going after Wilson Fisk. So he ended up kind of getting co-opted into Daredevil, but he's still around the Spider-Man comics too because it's all New York City.
Right.
But he was never part of one of these teams like this. So the alternate version of the team, the Sinister Six, from the 90s, because the Green Goblin was dead. Doc Ock, Mysterio, Electro, Sandman.
Okay.
You know what? I'm wrong. Vulture, Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
In the original group, it was, maybe it wasn't Green Goblin, maybe it was Kraven that was the Sinister Six originally. It doesn't matter. My point is, I love the Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery.
Right, yeah. That's pretty clear.
And one of the things that I've really enjoyed getting back into Marvel Legends is the color. With Star Wars, everything is black, white, gray, earth tones, which is fine. It's great. But any little pop of color was awesome in there. Think about the figures that stick out to you from the original vintage Star Wars figures.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they're all earth tone.
But think of the ones that pop in your mind.
You got the Royal Guard, which is all
red.
Yeah.
You've got the X-Wing Luke.
Yeah.
Is all orange. Yeah. Greedo really pops off the, out of a lineup of Star Wars figures, Anything with color really popped and became kind of a popular character for a lot of people. Boba Fett had a lot of color on him, a lot of extra color on him, that sort of thing.
That's true.
And one of the things that I noticed since I started peppering superheroes into the collection around here is it's just a lot more colorful.
Well, I guess it was a couple of years ago. I had the wild hair. Let's go after the superpowers.
Yes, the superpowers line.
So half of my room in the basement, in the dungeon, if you will, is the vintage line of the Star Wars guys, which are the earth tones, a few pops here. Then you got superpowers, just like bright, just like illuminating the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely could see that.
Yeah,
and it was crazy too. Kenner, did obviously the Star Wars, and then not long after that, superpowers, which is full of color, bright color. So.
JV in the chat now has started going nuts. Art with Jimmy is here. He gender studies Holdo is his favorite Star Wars character.
Okay, nice.
But who's the co-host? That's Lethargic Chewie, good friend Lucas Butler.
I'm here.
That's who the co-host is. So, and it's now that time.
It's that time. That's right.
Are you one?
I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm going with 2 pieces this time.
Why 2 pieces, Lucas?
Because you remember last time it is essentially 2 pieces of gum. So here we are. This is 1989 Batman gum.
Lucas, don't do it.
I'm going.
You don't have to do it.
It's for them.
You don't have to do 2. But
you.
here's the thing: you don't have to do 2 pieces because last time it was so big. You don't have to do that.
I can do this.
No, I feel like you're not. You shouldn't.
Okay, 89. How many years?
31.
31 years.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, there's no breath.
Oh, that makes it worse. And it's not crispy. It's old and nasty and chewy.
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh no.
I can do this. This is not bad.
It is terrible.
Turn into powder.
Everything is cringing in me right now. I am hurting so bad. I don't like this part.
Didn't break her tooth like last time.
I say let's never do this part again.
I love this part.
Oh, it makes me so sad that you love this part.
Oh.
So
there it is.
Wow, that's terrible.
It tasted great.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Steve, go ahead. Your turn.
Also, I've got Bigfoot riding a dinosaur back here.
Oh, a dinosaur.
Yeah, so there you go. No, I will not be partaking in the
masses
of the thing. So,
ooh, Superman in space.
Why do all Steve's friends sound the same? Because I have one friend and they're all the same person.
Yeah.
It's all secretly me just talking to myself. I'm the best ventriloquist in the world.
The best.
Yeah, I can make myself talk over myself all at the same time. So
I can change my voice.
yeah. So all right, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging with us. It's been a good time. We appreciate you going back to the Wax Packs
Fun
with
has
us.
been had by all, both of us.
Oh man, what a good time it's been. So we thank everyone.
Who was it that helped us out with the
Michael Nipp. Check
Thanks,
him out
Michael.
at the Deuce Cast. Listen, go join up with Chewie's Cantina on Facebook. If you collect and that sort of thing, you'll love it. Even if you don't, you'll have fun seeing some of those old toys and stuff.
Let me plug a couple of
Do
things.
for it. Go for it.
So this Saturday night, we are going to be doing a viewing of Guardians of the Galaxy online together. Really neat thing through moviescener.com. I don't know if you've checked it out yet. Kind of discovered it in the Comic-Con at home. But we're going to be watching Guardians of the Galaxy together. And it's kind of like a Zoom call, but you can watch a movie. And you get to talk and all that stuff. Really fun. Check it out on Chewie's Cantina. You can find it. And then Tuesday night, we have our Cantina sale. We've got 6 guys bringing in some collectibles, Star Wars stuff. Steve got this from one of those.
I meant to open it today.
I know we've got some Generation 1 Transformers going to be this Tuesday.
Optimus Prime is going to be up for sale.
Yeah,
the Generation 1 Optimus Prime.
So a lot of cool stuff. So if you're into
and the
collecting
thing, and
or
the
just
thing
hanging
about,
out,
and also
be
I
fun.
want to say the thing about this group is you're not, by and large, you're not dealing with people who are looking to rip you off, or scalp you on stuff. If it's newer stuff that's been on the shelf, they've been able to find. They actually do try to start right around the price that it is on the shelf.
In
and
fact,
stuff.
during the show, I got a message from one of the guys in the group that's kind of helped me lead up. He gets orders with Hasbro and stuff, and he's getting a bunch of pre-orders and stuff in. So he gets that stuff, and he passes it along to the group at the price you get it in the store.
That's great.
And this is hard to find stuff, that we're out hunting for and hardly ever find. Get it straight from him. You don't have to worry about it. So.
This is from the 30th anniversary line. It's Yoda with a Kaibuck that he would ride. If you ever saw the Gendy Tartakovsky Clone Wars animated miniseries, you see a little bit of it from right up there. Yoda goes into battle in the opening scene of the second series of that.
Yeah, I think so.
On Coruscant, riding this guy, and so this is done up to be a little more realistic looking. It's not the stylized version of like the Tartakovsky animation and everything.
I tell you about that animation. I love the most. I mean, it was good stuff. But the last episode, when Mace gets Grievous and uses the Force and
crush him, and then Grievous starts coughing.
He's coughing all during Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
they don't deal with that in the other Clone Wars. I mean, I love both Clone Wars. Don't get me wrong, but I thought that was so cool.
Well, what we didn't get to see in the other Clone Wars was that siege of Coruscant. What we see Anakin and Obi-Wan leave to go there,
right?
But we don't see it. All of these came with a coin. In this case, it's Yoda on the Kaibuck, and there's a little book of coins. So one of the things I'm thinking about trying to do is get back and rebuild my 30th anniversary collection, because these are some good figures.
You have the coin book?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got an extra.
Yeah, because these are some really good figures.
Yeah.
And
the cards are cool too. I mean, I know you keep them on the card, but they're really cool cards.
So anyway, all right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Michael Nipp, Deuce Cast. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Chewie's Cantina. The best way to get there is go to geekoutonline.com/cantina.
That's it.
And you can go and join up on
We've got some
Facebook
incentives.
over there.
We're trying to reach certain thresholds. Got a snow speeder we're going to give away at 400.
So where are we at on that?
We're right around 3.
Nice. Yeah. So go help them out. And also, if you haven't liked like this video, subscribe to this web channel, hit the bell for notifications, all that stuff, and help us get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I know right now we're at 161. I'd love to be at 200 by the next time we do Wax Pack. So
Let's do it. We can do it.
That's the goal. So thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you around the Golaverse. Have a good one, everybody.